Hello, hello. This is Mr. Lone with Reading Is Fantastical here with another great book review for you today. I think you're going to love it. In fact, I know you are. It's going to be very, very, very funny. All right. So let's see. When was the last haircut or salon visit that you had? Did you get your hair done or by perhaps a person in the salon, or was it done by a family member? And how did they do? Hey, was it good or not so good? Well, let's take a peek and see what this book review is all about. This is one that's called My Fade is Fresh. And here is the book itself. Really cool. Look at that. It's pretty funny. It's just like they're going through and making sure that their fade, their hairstyle is fresh. That's what they're talking about. All right. Let's get into this. I think you're going to love it. It's really funny. Okay. Really different. Very cool. Let's look at the inside cover and see what this is all about. So we get a really good glimpse of what's happening here. This is kind of a quick little thing that my daughter used to do when she gets a new book. She always likes to read the inside, see what's all about, get an idea of what's up. All right, little girl is excited to go to the barbershop because she plans on getting the flyest, freshest fade on the block. But once she sits in a barber's chair, everyone else's suggestions are all she can hear. There are calls for sleek perms and frizzy fros and luscious locks and chunky cornrows. Even though these looks would be beautiful, this confident girl won't let her voice be drowned out, and she happily instructs the barber until her hair matches the style she envisioned that she wants for herself, right? So, with gorgeous illustrations and sweet rhyming text, My Fade is Fresh celebrates the many shapes and forms black hair can take and encourages readers to trust themselves and speak up for what they want. And this applies to anybody, but specifically, they're talking about some of the things that happen in black salons and barbershops. So, very cool. You're going to learn a lot. Everyone's going to learn a lot about what's going on in these shops and such. All right. So, ready to get rolling on that one? Let's go to the next page here. And here is the author page. My Fade is Fresh. And the author is Shauntay Grant, illustrated by Kitt Thomas. You're going to love the illustrations. Very cool. And of course, the words and stuff are just awesome. Very, very sleek. You're going to love it. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, so always, as always, I want to make sure to pay special attention to the copyright page. Okay, and that way we can know who to write, to the author, to the illustrator, and also to the publisher about how good this book is and how we really loved it. All right. And it kind of talks about where you can get it and everything else as well. All right. Okay, let's go. All right. So, ready to get to the story? Are you sitting comfortably? Are you relaxed? Do you have your reading ears on? Okay. Are you being quiet so you can listen to everything? Are you keeping your hands to yourself? All right, let's go. All right, so let's go to the first page here. Let me get caught up so we can enjoy the story. All right, so we looks like we have the young lady there. She's going, leaving her mother. Looks like she really looks really happy. She's ready to get something done with her hair. She has a lot of hair. You can see a lot of hair. Okay, and she's out. It looks like her great. Look at the pictures. Really cool watercolor. Looks like really enjoying. Good illustrations. Go to the next page. All right, so we see the other people in the area. Oh, Chrissy's barber. Maybe that's where she's going. Okay, and other kids are in there playing in the playground area, playing soccer, riding bikes, walking dogs, just people out in the area, just chilling, enjoying things. Once again, I love these pictures. Very colorful. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, looks like they're entering the barber shop here, or the salon. All right, so let's go ahead and read what's on the page here. Yesterday at 10 o'clock, I walked into the barber shop. All right, look at all that hair she got. Ooh, she got a lot of hair. She looks like she is ready to get something done with it, right? About that time. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, everybody's greeting her. They're very nice. Look at everybody's got their hands up. Say, "Yay, come on in, enjoy." All right, we got folks just sweeping on the floor. Looks like there's been other haircuts and stuff going on, salon things going on. People getting their hair did and nails done and all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's read what's on the page here. My bushy, brownish, biggish hair was growing almost everywhere. Right? Look at that. Very cool. Let's go to the next page. All right. So what to do? The barber said, a perm, a press, a trim, a chop. So she's asking questions, see what she wants to have done with her hair, right? And that barber looks like there's one with the smock on or the bib, right? And everybody else is wondering, okay, what's she going to have done with all that hair? Let's go to the next page. So, woo, look at all that hair. She can't even see her eyes, right? And so she says, I said, and shook my head. The freshest fade up on the block. All right. She knows what she wants. Very cool. Let's go to the next page. All right. Okay. So they're asking, how about a trim that tucks it in? A frizzy fro that's neat and round. Okay. So giving her ideas. She doesn't look real happy about that. They're making suggestions. I'm not sure. Let's go to the next page and see what she's looking like. Let's look at her face. Or parted with a parting comb and cornrows braided to the ground. Does she want all that with all that hair all wrapped around like that and cornrowed? That's the question that they're asking. Right? Let's go to the next page. See what she says. So they're still asking her questions. So she hasn't decided quite yet. So go to the next page. Just grab a pick and mess with it. And there's a pick. How about a tangly tousled top with yellow tips and bristly bits? So you're asking, do you want to like this other young lady over here? You want to like that? Okay, so she's still asking a question. She hasn't decided yet. All right, let's go. How's this? A bit more off the top. So she took a little bit, looks like. So a little bit more off the top. Still asking the questions. Oh no, she answered. She said, the barber asked, how about this? How's this? And so the young lady says, a bit more off the top. So she wants more. Okay, let's go to the next page and see what else she wants. So the barber asked, just cut the tips and trim the sides and brush it into one big puff like this. And so she says, that's right. Okay. All right, let's go to the next page. It says, all done? And then the girl says, not quite. Okay, she knows what she wants. We're not there yet. Go to the next page. All right. What is this goopy, gooey stuff? She's asked. A bit of this, a lot of that. You want it greasy, glossy, groomed? And so let's look at the bottom part. How about some spikes or twists or locks? So she's still asking questions. And other people are asking as well. Everybody's giving their opinion on putting things in and giving suggestions on the type of style that you can have. And so they're still spraying. It looks like they're still doing stuff to it, but doesn't look like we're there yet. Let's go to the next page. And so, my word, it's almost noon. So if you remember, she went in at 10, and it's almost 12:30. It's almost 2.5 hours later, and she still doesn't know what she wants. And so her mother's like, "Oh, brother, spikes!" And she's giving her the choice to see what she wants. And the barber's still cutting, still trimming, and still doing stuff. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, so do you do waves or hot top fades? I want it shaved and curly cropped. And so that's what she wants. All right, let's go to the next page and see what happens next. She's putting a lot of suggestions out there. And so the barber asks, you satisfied? And so our person says, nope, that's too high. A little more, please, off the top. She wants even more cut. Wow. Remember how she had all that hair? And now we're almost down to here and still wants it lower. Whoa. Maybe she wants it like me. Let's go to the next page. All right, you have some dyes. Let's make it red. No, green. No, blue. No, brown instead. And so she still doesn't know. Look at all the different examples, all the different stuff that she has options, but she still hasn't decided yet. Right? Let's go to the next page. This is pretty cool. A taper fade with spongy twists. The freshest, flyest fade like this. And so they're asking her, do you want that? And everybody in the whole shop has come in, and they're still wondering because it started at 10 o'clock. It's past 12:30, I think, by this time. And so a lot of people have come in saying, what is going on with this girl? What does she want? Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay, almost like that. It's still lower. She got a little lower. How do you do art? How about a lightning bolt to start? And so one person says, you want a lightning bolt? And so she said, wait, let's go to the next page. We're still not there yet. How about an ocean cave with rocks and fish and giant waves? So, oh, I see, doing the wavy type of hair. And so they're asking the question. She still hasn't answered. Let's go to the next page and find out what she wants. Or shooting stars. So does she want shooting stars? Or choo-choo trains? Okay, do you want tracks, like choo-choo train tracks? Like that? So she still hasn't answered. Still doesn't know. Go to the next page. You think that you can write her name? Oh, you can write her name into her hair? And see that the scissors are still chopping and people are still wondering what is going on. What does she want? We don't know yet. Let's go to the next page. Okay, a rocket ship, a turbojet, the whole entire alphabet, a treasure map with squiggly lines. She's still cutting and designing. And look at the barber. Boy, she is sweating. She's working hard. Okay. And so she's look at the different letters, B and C and everything else in there. Still haven't figured it out. Let's go to the next page. My word, just please make up your minds. She's asking all the people to ask her, what's going on? What do you want to do? Okay, she still hasn't figured it out. Okay, let's go to the next page. All right, this is pretty cool. Very interesting. A dragon's head, a giant stop. Okay, looks like the mother said stop. Or maybe the barber and the mother said stop. Okay, so let's go to see what our young lady asked. See, she wants, don't stress, I said. Just line me up. Basically, just put lines, line it up, make it real nice and even, right? So she's finally kind of decided, after all that clipping, look at all the hair all over the place there. All the stuff and the creams and jellies and combs and brushes. Let's go to the next page. Okay, so she's chopping and cutting and slicing and moving and gelling and spraying and everything else here. Let's go to the next page here. Okay, and then we see more cutting, designing, and spraying and still pulling and twisting and turning. She still hasn't decided. Go to the next page. This is pretty cool. A lot of got going on. So today, around 2 o'clock, we started at 10 o'clock. Now it's 4 hours. I walk right by the barbershop, a clean cut, classic curly crop. The freshest fade. Let me say it again. The freshest fade up on the block. So now she decided, and she's very happy. Mom's happy. Everybody's happy. That was pretty cool. Have you ever experienced something like that? That's pretty neat. Yeah, I know it's quite an ordeal, but she got it the way she wanted it, and that's what you should do. Make sure you communicate what it is that you want, so you can be happy. All right. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Push this out to other people. I think you'll get a really good laugh and a really good enjoyment out of this book review. Once again, my fade is fresh. Take care and have a great, great day.